Republicans on the House Oversight Committee have subpoenaed the banking records of President Biden's son and brother, Hunter and James Biden. The subpoenas request all documents or communications in the bank's possession from the beginning of 2014 to now. Numerous businesses and an associate of Hunter, Eric Sherwin, have also been subpoenaed. Criminal defense attorney Joseph Tully joins me now. Joseph, does the committee need what I would call probable cause? One of the subpoenas mentions, for example, bank records they already have. Does that give them the cause that allows the subpoena to go forward, or can they just say this is a compelling congressional interest and here's what we want?
Certainly. So, and thank you so much for having me. So what the letter does great pains to do is justify the legal reasoning why they are seeking these documents. In other words, they didn't just issue a subpoena, they issued a subpoena along with a letter explaining in detail why they feel that they have legal justification to obtain these. So I think they are certainly trying to cover their legal basis for these requests.
And then now I want to ask about the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable search and seizure. So in other words, can Congress just ask for whatever it wants, or will there now be a conversation about limiting the request or whether the request goes beyond its power?
Certainly. So the Fourth Amendment applies to everybody. It doesn't just apply to the executive branch. And most people, Americans, know that the executive branch is ultimately law enforcement. The president is the ultimate top cop of the country, so to speak. So the Fourth Amendment applies to Congress. It applies to the judiciary. It applies to the executive branch. It applies to everyone, all three branches of government. So there can be made a motion to suppress or a motion to quash these subpoenas, even a motion to traverse, which is you look behind the subpoenas and if there's something that invalidates their legal cause, you can suppress the subpoena that way. So I certainly would expect to see some type of legal wrangling in terms of the Bidens filing motions to suppress and to try to block these subpoenas.
And in a criminal case, the subpoenas feel like they have more kind of weight and power. We've seen wrangling in Washington over answering subpoenas go on for years, whereas in a criminal case, it seems that it's a much more harsher penalty, faster if you don't answer a subpoena. Is that generally the way it works?
Certainly, yes. In a criminal case, if somebody doesn't show up for a subpoena on the day that the subpoena says, you can ask the court immediately for a body attachment, which is, hey, send the sheriff out and go pick up this person and bring him into court and have them explain, why they didn't show up, or, we need this person here. And if they don't show up voluntarily, bring them into court in handcuffs if necessary. And we don't see that type of weight behind congressional subpoenas. So I think with congressional subpoenas, there's a lot more room for legal wrangling, and especially arguments in terms of, jurisdiction, foundation, standing. These are all kind of legal phrases that we've heard to justify why judges can't get involved or why certain subpoenas or legal motions can't be enforced.
Here's an area that seems ripe for wrangling. The impeachment inquiry is going on at the same time. There is a special counsel looking into other legal issues that Hunter Biden is facing. Is there a way in which those two could conflict? And would it be something that Hunter Biden might bring up? Or would it be something that the special counsel would say, this subpoena is getting in the work I'm doing?
I think that the special counsel would be able to argue to have independent grounds to quash the subpoena if it was interfering in the special counsel's investigation. So, I mean, these are very. This is new ground. This is new territory. These kind of legal questions really aren't very common at all if they've ever been done before. So what would happen in that instance is special counsel would appear in a court and move to quash the congressional subpoena based on executive authority or the authority invested in that investigation. So we could have multiple parties here contesting these subpoenas. So it could definitely be we could be in for very interesting times that we've never seen before.
Yes, indeed. The times get more and more interesting. Criminal defense attorney Joseph Tully, thank you so much.